Three, two, one.
How would you say your background from working in these environments and having gone through what you have compares to the kind of people you're seeing that are, trading on the computer and people you've met in the chat rooms and online and across the world that have come through the ranks in a different way than you have, even though they've tried to learn on their own. It's definitely not the same as working in a corporate structure of some sort that they've given you the official training and the connections and the skill sets and the people to do it.
Well, I'll tell you, the big change that I've made, obviously moving up off the trading floor, the environment is different, and it's something that takes time to get used to. I still find myself struggling at times not hearing the noise that I used to hear on the trading floor. An increase in noise would often alert you to events happening, whether in certain markets. Where I stood on the floor before, I had the bonds and notes and your dollars were right in front of me. The currency pits were to my right. On the other side of the bonds and notes were the grains and the equities. And when noise would erupt in these different places, it would alert you to things that were happening.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was a big advantage at the time. And I know there's some computer online services that have tried to replicate that environment in places. I know one of the guys in the office here uses one of those noise replication systems. But it's been a big change for me. The other thing that's been a big change for me, and I'm still, after being here now for almost a year, I'm still struggling with being a full-time trader versus being a broker, salesman, and an analyst.
Mm-hmm.
Over the last couple years, I have not been able to trade. As a broker, there are these dual trading restrictions now where the companies that you work for, whether it's MF Global or Bear Stearns or whoever, they really limit any trading activity on your part. So when I was a younger trader, like in the late 80s and the early 90s, I did do a little bit of trading on a part-time basis for myself. But now I'm trying to transition myself into a full-time trader.
Mm-hmm.
And it's rocky.
Yeah.
There's a lot to learn. There's a lot of different emotions involved. Trying to learn those emotions and trying to, watch different levels and when to take profits and when not to take profits, when to run stops, those types of things.
Yeah, despite you having been in the industry and advised people and analyzed all kinds of markets, I'm sure it's still difficult.
Oh, it's a massive difference, Jeff. Putting your own money on the line, being involved with the HFT bond chat room and Hamzy Analytics where I post my trades, it's been a humbling and educational experience.
I mean, how's that different from being an analyst and an advisor as you were before?
Well, being an analyst and an advisor to big traders the way I was before and putting your own money on the line and getting emotionally involved in the markets and in your trades, it's a big difference. When you can be an analyst and sit back and watch, levels, clear mind, the market's doing this, the market's doing that, I think it's going to do this, this is where, I put my stop, and actually putting those trades into real life situations, it's a big difference because it brings your emotions into play.
Mm-hmm.
And as a trader, I've learned you need to control your emotions. You need to control your fears. You need to be, what's the word, just passionate maybe, more scientific, and try to remove your emotions and your fears and your greeds out of the market and out of yourself and become a trader per se. It's a very difficult transition. And I see that with the people that I'm working with in the chat room now. Education is my big plus. I've been in the markets 30 years. I have a solid background in fundamental analysis. I have a pretty solid background in technical analysis. But putting that into play with your own money and in real life trades are two different things. And really lately I've been focusing so much on, some of the trader psychology books from, Van Tharp and Mark Douglas and Steve Berg. I find myself every day trying to fall back and, what was I feeling at that point? What should I have been doing? Running these analyses on my own trades that I really never did before because I was really just advising customers, and these were experienced traders that were trading with institutional monies. That makes a big difference in terms of, what they were doing and what I'm doing here.
Yeah, you were part of I guess you're a part of a puzzle, and now you're handling the whole piece.
I've got the whole, yeah, exactly. Trying to put all those pieces together myself, my own trading, and for the advice I'm trying to give to people in the chat rooms. I had a classic example of that just this morning where, we put on some positions yesterday. The market met our initial objective, and I didn't get out of the whole trade. I only covered a portion of the trade because I saw an important support level, but I thought there was going to be more to come. And in my case, I didn't move my stop down enough to protect the rest of that position. I ended up turning what could have been a decently great day into basically a scratch.
Yeah.
And, that's something I learned today. When you hit certain support or resistance levels, take the whole trade off and step back and see what happens next. Or, if the market keeps going the way it was, you can always put the trade back on again, maybe at a worse level. But, I'm trying still to fight these, I don't want to call them personal demons, but, our personal psychology that prevents us from maximizing our performance.